We're going to begin in Cuba, where Hurricane Melissa made its second landfall as an extremely dangerous Category 3 storm just after 3 a.m. this morning. Packing winds up to 120 miles per hour. The National Hurricane Center warns of flooding, rains, and dangerous storm surge for the eastern part of the island. Cuba's president said hundreds of thousands of people were evacuated, and a hurricane warning remains in place for much of the country.
The storm already pulverized parts of Jamaica, where more than 500,000 people are without power. Hurricane Melissa made landfall there yesterday as a devastating Category 5 storm. Maximum sustained winds reached up to 185 miles an hour, ripping the roofs off buildings. Many neighborhoods, like the one you see here on your screen, are underwater. Jamaica's prime minister says they're trying to get relief to the places hit hardest as soon as possible. He offered an early assessment of the damage.
Jamaica has sustained a major impact. The corridor of damage is significant. We have lost hospitals. Certainly, our road infrastructure would have been damaged, which would include bridges, gullies, and waterways.
We will have the latest forecast and an update on relief efforts in Jamaica. We're going to start with NBC News reporter Ed Augustin, who is live in Havana, Cuba. Ed, good morning. We hope you and your team are staying safe. Just tell us, what are the conditions like right now? Are you already hearing early reports of any damage?
Well, I'm speaking to you from Havana, which is far away from eastern Cuba, where the hurricane is currently rolling over and causing massive destruction in all likelihood. Here it's calm. There, people are contending with a Category 3 hurricane that is tearing through the country. It entered over Santiago de Cuba. That's the country's second biggest city. At round about just gone 3 in the morning. It's still tearing through the country, and Cubans in that part of the country are going to have to be contending with the massive hurricane for a few hours yet. It's too early for damage reports. As you can see, it's dark behind me, and in the east of Cuba, it's dark without any power, without any internet, without any communications, and so it's way too early to have any sense of the magnitude. What we do know is that upwards of 735,000 people were evacuated. That is a huge logistical operation, and that's surely going to increase the safety of a lot of people. And we also have reports that the army, in early hours this morning, were rescuing one group of people, according to state media reports, from flooding. And we have no idea whether or not those people made it out alive.
And more than 730,000 people were evacuated from their homes in Cuba. Good news when people heed those evacuation warnings. Tell us about that and the resources available to them.
Well, it's one of the defining things about Cuba, and it's a complete paradox, right? I'm speaking to you in a country that literally cannot keep the lights on. After a day of reporting yesterday, I went home, no light. Woke up this morning, no light. And yet this same country that's plagued by potholes, food shortages, increasing public health problems with dengue fever because there's not enough money, it would seem, to be able to even fumigate, is still able to mobilize huge resources, buses, lorries, state workers to evacuate that amount of people. The population in Cuba probably these days is less than 10 million. 735,000 is a huge proportion of 10 million, about 7%. And I think simply that there's two reasons for it. First of all, there's a long-standing political commitment to evacuate people, not just telling people that they have to evacuate, but providing the means for them to evacuate. And second of all, because of the structure of the Cuban economy, the state owns an awful lot of resources. It has the schools, it has the universities, it has shelters. And that same economic structure, leads to a whole load of problems. Economically, very inefficient economy. A lot of people would say it would lead to a lack of liberty on the island. But when it comes to hurricanes, the resources are there and they're made available. And we'll see in the coming hours whether or not that has saved as many lives as it normally does.
Ed, we'll continue to check in with you. Please continue to stay safe, and thank you for your reporting this morning.
Now let's bring in Hsia. She is the director of the American Friends of Jamaica, and she lives in Kingston with her family. Sarah, good morning. Thank you very much for making some time to speak with us. I know it's been a long few days for you and your family. First, how are you doing this morning, and what are you seeing and hearing on the ground?
We personally are incredibly fortunate that we have come through this relatively unscathed. The rest of the country is in really dire straits. We've seen video out of Black River, St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, parishes more to the west of us. Of course, Montego Bay, which is our tourism capital, was really hit hard last night as the storm exited the island. So while I personally am in good shape, the rest of the country is in very dire straits.
I know your organization just announced a $1 million matching fund to help with relief and recovery efforts there in Jamaica. Just what's the top priority now that the storm has passed? How do you start to pick up the pieces after a disaster of this magnitude?
So yes, our board of directors has committed $1 million to match donations that come in through our website at www.theafj.org. Our primary focus is partnering with boots on the ground organizations. We've got incredible relationships with people like the Global Empowerment Mission, Food for the Poor. JetBlue has been an incredible sponsor for us, committing airfare and the means to get people to Jamaica to help. San Marina Foundation has stepped up, as well as Dennis Shipping, which is a local New York organization. So the primary focus for us is to empower folks who are down here, who are on the ground, they know what's going on, to get them the resources they need to deliver resources to people that are left without.
What resources do people need the most right now, do you think?
It's so hard to say. I mean, the video that's coming out, people have lost roofs, right? So obviously timber, zinc, like tarpaulins in the meantime, obviously food, you know, they're going to need basically everything. People, once your roof blows away, the rain is torrential, you know, everything you own is soaked, your mattress, any furniture you have. It's really complete devastation for a lot of the island.
Meteorologists have said this is the most powerful hurricane of this season, and we know it's the most powerful to ever hit Jamaica. The last storm to hit Jamaica this hard caused nearly $10 billion in damage. Obviously, it's early right now, but based on what you're hearing, how long do you think it will be before we even start to get a clear picture of the damage?
Well, you know, one thing about Jamaicans, we are a resilient people. We are born from struggle, and the spirit of the people here is just indomitable. I have no doubt that the country is going to pull together. People have an incredible sense of community. Everybody, you know, will pull together for each other. And we're also confident that Jamaicans and Friends of Jamaica in the diaspora will come together and help however we can. That said, you know, this storm has hit on the shoulder of our high season for tourism. It's hit our tourism capital. You know, this is going to be a very, very difficult path to recovery. But when you look at Beryl a year on, I guess we're a year and a half on, there's been incredible progress. You know, places on the South Coast, you wouldn't even know that it happened. So I'm confident that the country is going to come together and respond in short order.
Really quickly, what can people do if they're watching right now and they want to help with relief efforts?
So obviously for us, the priority is to amass the funds. We'd love to be able to match that full $1 million. People can donate at www.theafj.org. There are also a number of other trusted, you know, charities and response agencies that are doing work on the ground. That's a great place for money as well. I think in the immediate aftermath of any disaster, money is really what's needed. Supplies, things like that can come later, but right now we're staging an airlift to arrive in Jamaica, hopefully this week as soon as the airport's open. I think I heard this morning that might be tomorrow. So cash is king, supplies are great. Please keep us in your thoughts, root for us, come visit us, and we're sending one love from Jamaica.
All right, Sarah Hsia, we've heard a lot about how great that community is over the past 24 hours. Thank you very much for joining us this morning, and we're thinking about you and your family.
Thanks.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.